In a small Nigerian town where red dust clung to bare feet and hope often hid behind hardship, a baby girl once cried in the arms of a poor man named Joy. The child was barely 3 years old when her wealthy father turned his back on her. He had money, houses, and respect in the town, but when life demanded responsibility, he chose pride instead. One early morning, without farewell or explanation, he walked away, leaving Joy with nothing but a child and a heavy heart. Joy was poor, but her love was rich. She washed clothes under the hot sun, hawked food in the evenings, and prayed through sleepless nights. Many times, hunger knocked loudly at their door. Still, Joy never allowed her daughter to sleep without hope. "Education is your inheritance," she would whisper, even when her own stomach was empty. The girl grew up watching her mother suffer silently. She studied by the dim light of a lantern, her books worn, her uniform patched. While other children talked about their fathers buying them shoes, she learned early how to walk barefoot without shame. Through tears, perseverance, and countless sacrifices, Joy trained her daughter through secondary school, and against all odds, to the university. On graduation day, Joy stood in the crowd, her wrapper faded, her eyes full of tears. She had no fancy gift, only trembling hands raised to the sky in gratitude. They believed the struggle was over. But life had another lesson waiting. Jobs did not come. Weeks turned to months. Months turned into years. The degree that once felt like a crown became a heavy paper in her hands. Poverty returned like an old visitor. Neighbors began to whisper, "So this is university education." Some laughed openly. She wasted her time. But the girl remembered her mother's words, "Never give up on yourself." One day, she noticed a local cobbler repairing shoes under a tree. His hands were rough, but his work was neat. Something stirred in her spirit. She humbled herself and asked to learn. People laughed harder now. A graduate making shoes. They mocked her. But she ignored them. Her fingers blistered. Her back ached. Many nights she cried silently, wondering if life would ever change. Yet she continued. Day after day, stitch after stitch, she poured dignity into her craft. Soon, her shoes became different, strong, beautiful, and unique. Customers began to notice. Orders increased. Her name spread beyond the town. Years passed. The poor girl became a successful shoemaker. Her brand traveled to cities. She built a house for her mother. She lifted others from poverty. The same mouths that once laughed now praised her. Far away, a weak, old, and sick man heard her name. It was her father. Time had humbled him. Wealth had left him, strength had faded, and regret sat heavily on his chest. With trembling legs, he returned, not as a rich man, but as a broken one, to beg for forgiveness. He knelt before the daughter he abandoned. Tears filled her eyes. She remembered the hunger, the shame, her mother's sacrifices. She looked at Joy, now older, but peaceful. The girl lifted the old man gently. "I survived without you," she said softly, "but I will not become bitter because of you." She forgave him. And so, in that small Nigerian town, people learned a lasting lesson: destiny cannot be destroyed by abandonment. Poverty is not a curse. And greatness is often stitched together through pain, patience, and perseverance. If you enjoyed this real-life story, please subscribe, like and share this video. And also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on my next story.